What is going on, guys? It is Dan here, and we are back with From the Depths. Sorry for the delay. The previous episode that I was recording cut out, and the entire footage that I recorded became corrupted. So basically, you didn't really miss a whole lot. We kind of cleaned up some stuff that was going on, and we established a trade route down here. And we copied our structure that we have built over here for collecting resources. And we're in the process of building that. It's at 62%. Our trading vehicle is on its way back to get that set up. However, we are going to strike at the final stronghold of the White Flayers. I completely forgot who they were for a second. And from what I've been told, it's somewhere in here. So we're going to start by just attacking this tile and see what happens. Now, one thing you might be noticing real quick is there are no scouts. Well, light tanks. I destroyed them. Mostly because they were not repairing themselves, and that was kind of their main issue. On top of that, we ran out of resource, so we kind of needed that. We'll rebuild them in the future. Hopefully that'll fix the glitch or whatever that was causing them not to repair. In the meantime, we'll just send in our regular fleets to take care.
Yes.
Alright, so here we've got a bunch of flyers.
Yes.
How do I want to set up for this? What's the terrain look like? Okay, nothing too bad. Yep, there's the resource zone right over there. So we will be hitting that. Is there anything over in here worth noting? Probably not. Alright. So let's take our main tanks. We're going to put them over here. We're going to have a second checkpoint set up there. We're going to set up our scout way in the back like usual. And we're going to put our anti-aircraft guns there. Now, what we want to be trying to do is having our guns as far back as possible, because since they're flyers, we probably want to make sure that as much of our shells are effective immediately. So, ooh, what else is that? What is that? Okay, it's a flyer. Begins the battle. So, to discuss what was happening in our most recent video with darn it, what's the game called? Reassembly. First off, I absolutely adore the game. I've been just grinding out some new gear and stuff off camera, so when we get back we will definitely be able to go on the offensive much more effectively. But I was not anticipating the series to do as well as it was, because, well, I did a little bit of research prior to starting up the game just to see how it might fare if I were to do a YouTube series on it, and I am quite surprised at just the amount of views I have gotten from it. I mean, it's not really anything to compare to this series, but it's definitely quite a bit. I think the one video has like something like 80 views, which is pretty good. It's a lot better than a lot of the other video series that I attempted to do in the past. Are we gonna kill the wrecker? Okay, it is now dead. Also, one thing to mention from the fight that was from the corrupted video, one of the vehicles, I don't remember which one, I think it might have been the Slayer, somehow managed to get itself stuck underground, and long story short, that battle before the footage cut out and the game crashed, it took about half an hour, which at that point the Slayer just randomly popped back up through the land, out of fuel, and basically unable to fight back, and we just sent our vehicles in to finish it off, and that fight was just way too long. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this in a different episode. I gave the Omen an upgrade, however, we haven't gone about doing it yet. I prefer to have my resource zones, as we're going to get here today. I'd like to have some steady resource income before we go about upgrading the Omen, but it has an increase to its firepower, so its rate of fire, and the turret received a massive buff to its armor, which is very nice. So that's just kind of circling around. Yeah. Also, again, I don't know if I mentioned this or not in the previously recorded episode, but the Omen's new shell is also going to be the highest AP penetration on any of my guns and have the highest muzzle velocity, which beats out our anti-aircraft guns by, I think, about 100 meters a second, which is pretty impressive for just a standard Sabot warhead. So it's not even a railgun either. So it's going to be an extremely effective all-round vehicle. Let's. Are you gonna be able to, are you gonna kill it? Go on. Shoot it. Shoot. I want to see you kill it. Is there something wrong with you? I don't think your reload typically takes this long. Go on. Aww. Is it 2 damage? Nope, it's still in. Why is it not firing? It's got ammunition. The reload time should not be this long. Okay, so the density hasn't been going up. Okay, so there is something broken inside of the cannon. That's interesting. How many vehicles do we still have in play? Okay, just a couple. Might as well just kill this one while you can. I don't think it's going to get back up in the air, but it'd be best just to make sure it's dead. Alright, there we go. Yeah. Go after that one. Alright, so there's still 3 in the air. We're going to put everyone on just firing, so that way they don't try to chase down the aircraft, which could result in just bad stuff happening. Like everyone running off into a different area that they don't need to. Alright, so are none of my vehicles repairing each other? Because this is taking damage, okay? But the Omen's not fixing it. Does the Omen not have resource? The Omen has resource. Something appears to be broken. If any of you have any of the faintest idea what could potentially be the issue, please let me know, because I'm really hoping that there isn't something absolutely wrong with my vehicles right now. because that would be just terrible. Alright, so this one is driving straight into the crossfire of our anti-aircraft guns, which is by far the most dangerous spot to be in. As you can see, they're not very good at leading shots, but if you fly towards them, it's good night. Good night, sweet prince. Then again, they appear to be completely just disregarding my statement entirely. It's circling like a vulture over top of the rat, but I don't think the rat really cares. The rat's just kind of doing its own thing. Oh, it was thinking about shooting it there for a second. This could go on for a while. How are we doing resource-wise? Do we still have most of our resource? That could be better. Alright. We just need like one decent hit on it. We're gonna put the Omen back on combat so it can get closer. Let's put everyone on combat other than the rat. Because it's circling the rat, so in theory, if the rat doesn't really move, of course that's impossible because the thing is still moving around even though it's not supposed to. In theory, this should allow for our vehicles to get closer. However, the Omen appears to be struggling slightly. Okay, we haven't hit it in a while. So this could go potentially a couple ways. It could run out of fuel and just fall out of the sky. I don't know. But I don't think I'm going to make you have to watch this just because it's just flying in circles. So I'll be back once it's finished. It is time to put an end to the Dustwind, not the Dustwind Gypsies, the White Flayers. So it appears we are fighting something. Something called the Condemned. I don't entirely know what that is.
Yes?
I also think I figured out what the issue was with repairs. I guess it might have something to do with just the amount of resource available in the vehicle that could potentially have something to do with it. I'm not entirely sure. Alright, let's...
Receiving.
One... Where's the Omen? Omen...
Yes.
Omen...
Yes.
Omen. Let's get
Receiving.
those... That, actually. Can we...
Receiving. Yes?
That, and that. Mostly because I don't know what we're going to be fighting. Something called the Condemned. And I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty difficult vehicle. And without the scouts, I have a feeling
Yes?
it could be kind of dangerous. So we're going to, if we can actually select our vehicles,
Yes?
get everything set up
Receiving.
properly. We're definitely going to want our
Receiving.
basic shield destroyer because that's how good it is at doing what it does. Alright, let's give this a try. What are we shooting first? No, just a turret. It's nothing too crazy. Let's put everyone back on combat because that's probably a good idea.
Taking command.
Alright, so shooting at that. I don't know what we're going to do about everything up on the top of this hill, because don't know if our tanks are going to be able to make it up there. So they've got this tower. I'm guessing this is the resource collector. So, how are we going to do this? Is it going to be able to loop shells up over the top? Because that would probably be for the best. You might actually... We might have to spawn in something capable of getting up there. Or is there an easier way to get up? Maybe from the rear side. Let's grab everyone and
Yes.
patrol.
You have
We're gonna
control
go
on my way.
around.
On my way.
Or is everyone stuck? I think people are mostly stuck. That's good. Okay, there are a couple trying to move. But yeah, we need to get around in order to effectively deal with that one. So I'm going to pause the recording until we actually get around there, or if something interesting happens. Alright, so our flanking maneuver worked. We killed the opposite tower.
I need new orders.
So all of our vehicles are in the process of
Yes.
flanking around.
Resuming
We're
control.
gonna put them
Yes.
back on combat. Actually, let's leave them to
Yes.
firing, just
Weapons
firing.
only.
So now we are going to focus down this bloodstone obelisk, which has already taken a couple hits. Wow, the AI is creatively placed.
I need new orders.
All right, who needs orders? Is
Yes.
it you?
Weapons
Just-
only.
Is the omen over here? Okay, no, that's just the... Okay, you guys, you can just
Taking
stay on
command.
combat.
Yes.
I need
On my
you to get over here. Actually,
On my way.
since that's a vehicle, it's
Yes,
going to target
my way.
the rat, considering the rat is the largest vehicle. So these guys are going to be mostly capable of killing that. What we need is everything to get into position over there for whenever the condemned spawns in. That would just be my guess. If it's a stationary vehicle, this fight could last a while. Then again, we could move up here. Actually, that's probably a pretty good idea.
Yes.
So let's try
You
that.
have control.
Everyone
On my way. On my way.
kind of...
Yes. On my
We're going to
way.
use this little ramp
Yes. On my
thing
way.
that's over here. So it's less of a steep incline, which should allow us to get up. So if we can get a couple of the obelisks up onto the structure, plateau, we'll probably be able to effectively deal with the enemy a little bit better.
Yes.
Okay,
On
we're gonna
my way.
cut
Yes.
this wide,
On my
actually,
way.
because I
Yes.
think you guys are going to get
I need new orders.
stuck. Alright,
Yes. On my way.
I want you to get kind of back over there.
Yes. Yes. On my way. Yes. On my way.
Now, this
On
plan
my
might be
way.
too cunning for my
On
own good.
way. Yes. I need weapons new orders. Only. Yes. Weapons only.
Because it would appear two of our vehicles have already gotten stuck. This is going to be a hit. It's going to be close. That was pretty close. Alright, only one of the obelisks has actually managed to keep going up. One of them got... Oh, wait, no, this one's moving too. Alright, so this guy, he's stuck. So we're gonna need to get him out. Which is pretty easy. What we do is we take a wood beam, and we just kind of stick it in there. And hopefully, this will allow for us to get back, get some traction going again. Hopefully. Alright. Alright. Oh. I really need to develop a more all-terrain vehicle. What I should also do is change the path of this one to go out more. Alright, so we've got one that's managed to get up. That's taken a pretty nice beating. You're borderline stuck. Like, one wrong move and you will get stuck. Alright, I think my cutting plan has failed. Because I don't think my vehicles are actually going to be capable of doing this. Yeah, but you got stuck.
Yes,
get back up there.
Yes, on my way. Yes, on my way.
Or are you just gone? Yeah, you're not getting out of this one too easy.
Yes,
alright, might as well evacuate and reposition you later. Come on, we just need at least 2 of these up on the plateau. Because once we are able to do that, okay, we'll need to start maneuvering for that immediately, so that way it doesn't end up like this one. Alright, so we do have 2 obelisks now effectively putting in fire. Our third one, we need the reposition. That's actually spawning on one of these.
Yes.
It's been a while since I've been on an obelisk. Well, they are definitely effective as being kind of hybrid heavy tanks. Alright, now it's time to start cutting it. Alright, we're gonna bring you... Can we... that looks gradual enough.
Yes, on my way. On my way. On my way. On my way. Yes. Yes, on my way.
Alright, that's actually... You guys are in a good spot. You can stop. I want you to get a little bit closer. So that way you can kind of do some healing if need be. You got stuck again.
Weapons only.
That's AI dead. Alright. So here it begins. This is, before we actually shoot at it, let's pause the game real quick and get a look at what this... That's interesting. So is this their resource collector? It could be. I don't know, it's got like a little digger crane thing. It's got a lot of guns. It's definitely got a lot of ramming potential. I like the look of it. Yeah. Boom. Okay. You may now go about killing it. hopefully killing it. That is the more important thing. Somehow the omen that's literally like, not the omen, the obelisk that is probably a good kilometer away is somehow managing to shoot over here. Alright, let's get these two guys back on combat. So that way they can kind of chase it. You are just all sorts of useless. Alright, we're going to spawn back in on the rat. Actually, let's spawn in on this guy, because I have a feeling he's going to be doing a bit of a cliff dive. This one is probably going to cliff dive in the wrong direction. I think something might be potentially blowing up over here. Our artillery gun is just now getting the memo. Something's blowing up over here. No, it's just the rat, but I don't think the rat really cares. Is it the rat's ammunition depot? At least one of the AIs. I've got two on there. Well, actually, I've only got one, but it's split up into two different parts. You gotta be better than that. Yeah, you know what? All you can be back on combat. Because it's running. Alright. Our friend in the obelisk is gradually going down the hill. Careful not to do anything faster than 12 meters a second. Okay, well now he's going a little bit faster. What is it with the white flayers in running from me? I mean, am I really that bad of a person that they just don't want to talk to me? Or is it just incapable of turning around? I think... Alright, now I kind of wish we still had the light tanks, because they would be able to chase that thing down easy. But then again, it doesn't appear to have shields in the back other than just that major one over the turret. So we just keep putting shots in back here like that. And eventually, I think it's just going to die. I think it's just going to die. Do we have anything that's going to be capable of catching up to it? I mean, the light tank would, if it was actually functioning. But I do get the impression that it's kind of slowing down. Oh, it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. Cool. Okay, is anything actually going to chase after it? Oh, wow. The obelisk that we said was probably going to get stuck over there actually beat this one down. Interesting.
Yes?
We're responding on this one then. So it's somewhere over here. It's gotten so far away that we can't see it from the overview. There's another resource zone to the northeast of here. So like up in here. I'm guessing that might actually be the Lightning Hood's main resource zone. I don't know how I feel about that. That we might be able to immediately strike at the Lightning Hoods, which they're probably going to be the next enemy we go up against. I'm still kind of deciding, but I feel like they would provide us with the most challenge. And wow, this thing is just not giving up. However, I can't... what's its velocity? Its velocity currently, if I can actually... Oh, it's 31? I don't think any of our vehicles are fast enough to catch it, though. we're going at 24. However, it can't run forever. But I can't check how it's doing health-wise because it's too far away. If it would just turn around.
Yes.
And of course, this is stuck, which is, it's important. It's an important vehicle. It's stuck. Oh, it's out of fuel. Of course it is. Get some fuel. Is it going to be able to go now, or is it still stuck? We're going to have to unstick it. Can you go now? Nope. Okay, we're almost back on the flat. Alright, you know, I give up on that. I give up on it.
Yes.
We are still chasing it. Oh. Of course. Of course. Why wouldn't this happen? Why wouldn't it? Are we going to naturally roll back over? Nope. We're going to have to unstick ourselves this way too. Did it turn around? It turned back. Okay, now we have a chance. Now we have a good chance. We've only got 3 tanks. We've only got 3 tanks out here. Including the scout. The scout's out here. I don't know why. Alright, this flipped over. So we need to fix this one too. This is what tanks are like in real life, everyone. This is something. I think we're doing that on the wrong side. We don't want to repair those because obviously they're not important. What? My gosh, we've spent more time in this battle trying to fix our tanks than we have actually fighting things. I mean, look at what is this? How is this thing still floating? I don't get it. And it's still stuck. Oh my gosh, this is something. I mean, there we go. There it is now unstuck. With just 2 random floating wood beams. Alright, so the Omen's out here. Okay, that's actually kind of good. Except the Omen's now gonna be yeah. Come on, Omen. Do your thing. Alright, let's spawn in on the Omen. Well, we have done some significant damage to it.
You have control. On my way. You're in control. Moving.
But is it going to be enough to actually kill it? Oh. It stopped moving. I think this is, yep, it is AI dead. Well, everyone, you saw it here first. We have officially defeated the White Flayers. Obviously, there's still some forces hidden in the nooks and crannies around the world that we will have to finish off at some point, but at this point, they are no longer capable of resupplying themselves. Or at least that's the way it should be. Sadly, this is not an infinite resource zone, but it'll have to do for right now. And as everyone gets set back up into their original positions, of course, because we actually modified one of the vehicles, because it got stuck. Someone in here is moving really slow. Or at least I think. Or am I just crazy? I'm probably just crazy. So let's take a look. Yep, they now have a 0% economy. We've only taken down half of their territory though, which is interesting. But that is something for another time. Right now we are probably, yeah, we're about 37 minutes in. So yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Take care.